Turn on. Turn yourself on.
All right, everybody on your feet, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
May I have your attention, please, for the announcements of what's going on at the center this week. If you've already filled out your membership commitment card, be sure to...
This morning in my mind. Oops. Set on spirit. All right, let's go. Open this morning with my mind. Set on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind. Set on spirit. Hallelujah. 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 Walking and talking. Walking and talking with my mind. Set on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind. Set on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind. Set on spirit. Hallelujah. 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 Hey, say hello to somebody around you.
So automatic.
I'm like, wait a minute. We're supposed to do that yet.
I'm not waiting.
All right, living and loving, here we go. Living and loving with my mind. Set on spirit. Living and loving with my mind. Set on spirit. Living and loving with my mind. Set on spirit. Hallelujah. 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 Yeah. All right.
May I have your attention, please? For the announcements of what's going on at the center this week. If you've already filled out your membership commitment card, be sure to pick up your name badges and wear them on Sunday services and classes. Now you can connect a name with a face. Get to know the people around you. Get to know your spiritual family. Pick up your name badges today. The new book study, Quantum Leap Book Study, will resume May 15th. Please make this note on your calendar, and Reverend Laura will resume this amazing study on May 15th. Let's take a break. No gentle yoga classes this week, but be sure to mark your date for next week. Soul Sisters usually meets the first Thursday of each month. They will have no meeting and will resume normal schedule in June. Dr. Joe will be holding a special brief class called Who We Are, explaining what we believe and what makes us different here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. The class begins at 6:30 p.m. May 2nd. That's May 2nd at 6:30. Make plans now to attend. Never ride alone again. Instead, ride share with fellow CSL congregants. Save the planet, make a new friend, and maybe even have a cup of coffee or brunch after the service. For more information and to sign up, look for the rideshare table on the patio. If you need more information, please see today's bulletin.
Good morning, everybody. I was just looking at some of the announcements. Reverend Laura is in Brazil, so that's why a lot of those things were canceled this week, and Audrey's out of town. So, yeah, she's going to go to see John of God. If you know John of God, she's going to go see him. So good morning. I wanted to, there's couple more announcements to make. Scott's got one to make about something that's coming up at the College of the Desert. Scott, why don't you tell them what's going on? Because some of the talented singers from the college that we use in the choir are in some of the lead roles here. So fill us in, Scott.
Hi. Thank you, Dr. Joe. So as a lot of you are aware, I teach over at the College of the Desert in the Music Theater Department. And this coming weekend at the McCallum Theater, we're presenting Lin-Manuel Miranda's In the Heights. If you know the name, he's currently got Hamilton on Broadway. So this was his first big effort back in 2008. It won the Tony Award for Best Musical, Best Score, Best Choreography. It is high energy. It is a lot of fun. Both Megan Van Dyke and Alicia Bates, who grace our stage a lot, have lead roles in this. I've got a huge cast, 28 people, and a slammin' salsa orchestra. It runs through the gamut of merengue and salsa music up to modern hip-hop and rap. And before you go, rap, I don't like rap. Well, I didn't either, but the rap in this show actually tells a story. It's very family-friendly. It has a great message about family and community. And as I said, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the McCallum Theater. You can get tickets at the McCallum Theater website. And for a fully staged Broadway musical, the ticket prices start at $22. So it's a great deal. And all the proceeds benefit the theater department at the college to help support the arts. So I really hope to have a lot of you come out and see the show. And if you do, come down to the orchestra pit and hit me on the head and say hi.
There you go. All right. And one last announcement, and then Jerry Lynn's going to introduce our guest artist for today. I think you guys are in for a really big treat.
Okay, just wanted to let you know, update, next Sunday is the day that we're going to film this I Stand for Peace video. So for those of you who have already gotten your shirts and CDs to practice the song, please bring them or wear them next Sunday. We're going to film between services. So if you're here for the first service and you want to stay over for that, or you want to come early for the second service, that's when we'll be doing it. For those of you who haven't and want to, we're going to do a video of us all singing this song, and it's going to be, we're going to do the test pilot for it, and then we're going to send the video to friends of ours around the world and have them film it, and then we're going to edit all that together. So we have a world representation of this song, which, by the way, I wrote for the center here for National Day of Prayer last October. So this is like also a CSL really cool deal. So I hope you'll participate. I have the shirts and CDs out there today, so stop by and see me. Thank you.
What time is filming?
Oh, it's between services. So let's see.
10:15.
I would.
10:15.
So let's say 10:30.
Yep.
So 10:30. Be sharp. Don't be flat. Okay. All right. On that note, I would like to introduce to you an amazing talent. We go way back 30 plus years. We worked Motown together. This young man is amazing. His name is Derek Bordeaux. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you, thank you. All right. Come on, join hands, start a love train. Come on, all over the world, join hands, start a love train. Yeah, the next stop that we make will be soon. Tell all the people in Russia and China too. Don't you miss this train at the station. 'Cause if you miss it, I feel sorry for you. Well, come on, join hands, start a love train. Come on, don't need no ticket, just ride. All of you brothers over in Africa, tell all the folks in Egypt and Israel too, yeah. Don't you know that it's time to get on board? 'Cause if you miss it, I feel sorry for you. Come on, join the train, start a love train. Come on, everybody, come on, come on, come on, ride the train, yeah, come on, let it ride, yeah, ride,
Let's hear it for this band and these backup singers. Let's hear it for this band and these backup singers. Come on, give it up. Just a little more feeling next time. You want to put more of your heart into it, I guess. No. Wow. Wow. Okay, now we got to go to meditation from there. Everybody did their spiritual cardio. People doing full dances in the back. What's that? Yeah, we'll get it. Don't worry, Jenny. I got this under control. You know, I've been doing this for 15 years. I got it down. I got it down. Oh, no, honey, I lead right in. This is my lead into my meditation song. Let's bring the mission statement up. Look at that. There we go. I got it, buddy. I got it. I'm good. Oh, I'm winded. Speaking of winded, hold on. I saw Donnie and Marie in Las Vegas this week. Oh, my God. What are they, 100? It was so much fun, but it was so, I have to tell you, a sidetrack. So right after Marie sang this song, she literally got onto the floor, and she's like, I gotta get next to my favorite fan. And so she crawled over thinking she's going to say hello to somebody. No, there was a fan. And she put her face right in front of the fan. She's like, ladies, can you identify with me? I'm having a hot flash right now. I can barely move. I don't know why I'm bringing that up. Okay. So good morning, everybody. Let's go to work. Our mission statement together. We are a dynamic, open, and positive faith-filled community that accepts all religions. Our mission is to awaken you to your divine nature, empowering you to create the life of your dreams. We are changing lives, one heart at a time. Let's close our eyes, take a deep breath in, bring the house lights down. Yeah, another deep breath in and sigh on the exhale. A deep breath in. Boy, what would that be like if the whole world just gave a big inhale and a collective sigh of relief? So let's create that one heart at a time right here in this room, and let's know that there is an energy and a presence right here, right now, that is guiding us through this morning service. I look at this as a spiritual experience from the time you walk in to the time you walk out. And this part of the service requires that you empty out the contents of your worries, your concerns, and just become one with the very breath that's breathing you. Take some deep breaths in, fill up those lungs. And we can change the world one heart at a time. And we can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. And we can change the world one heart at a time. And we can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. My heart is open to love. My heart is ready to love. And we can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time.
We change the world by changing ourselves first. We change our hearts to be in perfect alignment with the one power and presence that is all loving, all knowing, all powerful. That presence is God. That presence is spirit. That presence is infinite intelligence. And as I recognize that this one infinite power is within every cell and fiber of my being, it created me on purpose, to live in purpose, to serve life by being love in action. And as I recognize that this one expresses in, as, and through me by means of me, I'm grateful to be a vessel for it to be fully and completely expressed. And so I know that today is a day to create. It is a day to create life anew. As the past dissolves into the nothingness from which it came, I am free. I am free to be everything that God is. I am free to be the everlasting, loving presence that is God in my world. I touch hearts far and wide by a smile. I touch the life that is everlastingly present within all beings by seeing that spirit dwells within all. And so I know that as I look upon my future, my vision is very clear because all I see is God. I see God expressing in the many forms that each person brings forward. And when I come from the heart and live from the heart, it is all good. And so today I just open my heart to God in a more powerful way than I did yesterday or ever before. as I allow myself to be nurtured by the words of Dr. Joe that are the words of Spirit expressing through him, as I open myself up to be nurtured by this beautiful music of the CSL ensemble, knowing it is God speaking to me. And so I'm grateful Spirit brought me here today to live in a bigger way, in a more loving way, to be peace on earth as peace through me. I'm so grateful to be in my spiritual community, knowing how very loved I am because we love each other unconditionally, because we understand each other, that we are all doing the best we can in this life. And so with so much gratitude in my heart for the good that is flowing freely through all of us today, to see it in action, to see it and feel it, I'm grateful for Spirit. I'm grateful for all of us to be in our oneness today and every day. And so knowing that all is unfolding in its divine, right, and perfect order at every moment of every day, I release my word with confidence and faith right here and right now into that perfect law of mind, knowing it is done. And so with that said, I invite you to join me as we say together, and so it is. Amen.
We can change the world one heart at a time. We can change the world one heart at a time. I see you, I know you, you're a part of me. And we can change the world one heart at a time. And we can change the world one heart at a time. Let's take a deep breath in. And now it's time for our collective prayer, which again this week I'd like us to sing the peace song. Being mindful of the words that we're speaking are actually a prayer in themselves. So we sing it slowly so you can listen to every word that you're saying. Think on what you're singing. All right? Let's take a deep breath in. Please join me. Let there be with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Spirit said, here I stand. Won't you please let me in? And you said, I will tomorrow. Spirit said, I am he who supplies all your needs. And you said, I know, but tomorrow, oh, tomorrow, I'll give my life tomorrow. I thought about it today, but it's easier to say tomorrow. Who promised you tomorrow? Better choose love today. Oh, tomorrow may be too late. Spirit said, here I stand. Won't you take my hand? And you said, I will tomorrow. Spirit said, I am here to supply all your needs. And you said, I know, but tomorrow, oh, tomorrow, I'll give my life tomorrow. I thought about today, oh, but it's so easier to say tomorrow. Better choose tomorrow. Better choose to love today. For tomorrow might very well be too late. And who said tomorrow will ever come for you? tomorrow. Forget about tomorrow. Won't you change your life today? Oh, please don't just turn and walk away. Tomorrow, I promise you, tomorrow. Don't you let this moment slip away. Tomorrow could very well be today. Thank you.
All right, Terry. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, let's hit our talk today. Not our mission. There we go. We're over that. We went through that. Good. All right. Thank you for that 30 seconds of white space, William. Anyway, build our tomorrow today. Build our tomorrow today. That's the title of our talk. Let's do this together, please. Today, I consciously and powerfully let go of the past and create my life from love. I am prepared to receive the best life has to offer. All right, so let's start there first. I consciously and powerfully release the past. Now, it says I create my life from love. So in order for me to have love and receive love, how am I going to release that past? With what? Love. How many of us release the past but not with love? We say, one. Really? Seriously? You're one? Two. Okay, good. Why don't you guys go to brunch? You're all set. If we leave something, if we want to experience love on the other side of it, we have to release things in love, even things that are painful. Even if someone did something to us that we don't like, even if there's a situation, if we release it with love and gratitude, I would add gratitude, then what will come back to us but love and gratitude? Does that make sense? Because if we release it with anger and frustration and go like this, I'm just so over it, what's going to happen? Nothing. That's a bad energy releasing. But imagine if you left with love and gratitude. Sometimes I'm only grateful for the fact that they're gone. Right? I release them, I'm like, oh my God, thank God that's over with. I also release things knowing like, okay, I'm grateful to have had the experience so that now I can move on. I'm grateful for the experience because it allowed me to know more of who I am. It allowed all of those things to take place. But what we forget is if we don't release something with love, in other words, give people safe journey out of our life. I remember you've heard me say it before. Some people bless us by coming and others by going, right? If you've heard that before. So sometimes that gratitude and saying, you know what? I'm gracefully and easily going to release that. When we awaken to the divine within, it will reach out and embrace everything around us, and it will discover the same presence in people, events, and in all nature. So once we begin to embrace our divinity, once we begin to awaken that self within us, we will begin to see it in other people, in other situations, and in world conditions even. We will be able to see that there is something that can be changed and that we can be a part of that change and the catalyst of change. Now, it may seem insurmountable. It may seem like, well, who am I in this big old world just to do one thing? Well, one heart at a time is how you change anything. So when I start changing my consciousness, it flows over to other people. And if that flows over to another person, it flows over to another person and another person. Imagine the wave that takes place as soon as that rock hits the still water, how it just continues to flow out. So when Jesus said we should believe even before we receive, he was explaining the operation of the mental law of cause and effect. If nothing is believed in it, meaning spirit, then nothing is acted upon by it, or spirit. So here it is. To the level of your belief will be the level of your demonstration. We've heard this before, but that's why Jesus, the master teacher, was teaching this stuff. It's like this is not anything new. But since there was such a law, and since we are always believing something, the law will always be operating upon what we believe and the way we believe it. So, if I believe that it's not going to work, it works perfectly by not working, right? If I only believe that I'm going to produce half of what I want, in other words, if I think, oh, I'm dreaming big, but I'll settle for, guess what I just settled for? Guess what I'm going to get? Why? Because you know what? I just told the universe, this is what I believe I'm going to get. I want this, but I believe that. Does that make sense? I want something, but I believe in the other thing. So wherever you believe is where it's going to land. So make sure your backup plan is not a backup plan, but it's where you want to land to begin with. Okay. All right? If you don't, you'll get a backup plan when you need it. If you even need it. Let's just assume you're not going to need it. So let's not have the backup plan. How many of you have been awake all night long thinking about the different scenarios that might take place, and you worry yourself sick all night long, and they never come to pass? Oh my God, tell the truth. I say amen if you've ever done that. Amen. Yeah, they don't come to pass. But boy, I tell you what, your intestines think, oh, and you're sweating in the bed, and you get cold chills, and then you wake up in the middle of the night thinking you can just email somebody in the middle of the night, and that'll help. Right? That'll help. Or I'll Google it. Ha! Yeah, let me cure it by Google. Whatever you believe in is what is going to happen. Now, it's not that we're introducing a new law, but that we bring the law we are always using under conscious control, whether it be for ourselves or for someone else. So this is about having conscious control of that thing called worry. Because that's not producing anything. So when we have conscious control, we can eliminate that senseless energy spent on worrying. Rather, if we have conscious control, we can affirm what we want and what we know. And even though it may not be in front of us at the time, we have to know that the knowing activates a delivery service that's very reliable. It comes in its logical and sequential order, and it happens every time. The only problem I have with that entire sentence that I just said is logical and sequential order. You know why? I like to jump over steps. Anybody? Yeah, jumping over the steps. If I jump over this step, I'll make it quicker. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Together, please. Today, I consciously and powerfully let go of the past and create my life from love. I am prepared to receive the best life has to offer. Now, does that last sentence make sense? Yeah. I am prepared to receive. I am prepared. I'm often reminded about the story of when we were going to adopt a child. After meeting with one of the ministers that did my prayer work in Redondo Beach, she said, "Is the room ready?" And I said, "No." She said, "Well, how can God put a baby in a room that's not ready? Go home and make the room." And my partner and I were we were the first same-sex couple to jointly petition the court for adoption, so we were breaking all the rules. And, yeah, another story. That's another whole sermon about the life of demonstrations. But we didn't have the room prepared. You know, remember that song I used to sing at Catholic Church? Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Remember that song? Prepare ye the way of the Lord was actually saying, get ready because the universe can provide it. Prepare the way for the universe to provide it. Many of us think it's just going to drop in via FedEx on our roof. It's not going to happen. That doesn't happen that way. It happens with mental preparation. It happens with mental preparation. I want you to point to your past. Point to it. Let everybody look up. Is it up there? Look at your past. Is it underneath your seat? Look underneath your seat. Is your past there? Look behind you. Is your past behind you? Where is it? No, it's not behind you. Look behind you. Look behind you. Unless your ex is sitting behind you, which I probably don't think so. Look behind you. Seriously, look in the back. Where is it? Where is your past? It's in the past. Where is it? No, it's right here. It's in the past, but where is it? It's right here. And guess what? It's not really there. Because past doesn't exist. It's done. Who's holding it? Who's keeping the past alive?
We are.
Yeah, and you know what? What good does that do? Sometimes you want to, okay. Yet many people act as if the past is real and happening now. The residual is kept alive by you. So if you can't point to your past. You can't. Now, okay, so yeah, I've had past health conditions, and I'm sure that they're documented somewhere. Those are my facts. Those are just facts. That brought me into the reality of my day. And I can point to facts. But when I look at my past and try to gauge decisions based on what? On nothingness. The universe is screaming at us to just move past the past and step into what's next. Yeah, we've all have experiences. How long are you going to hang on to them? How long are you going to give them energy and focus? Because however long you're going to give them energy and focus, that's how long they're going to hang around. Together. Today, I consciously and powerfully let go of the past and create my life from love. I am prepared to receive the best life has to offer. So I went through, I was at a convention this week, and I went through one of those shops that have all the different, saying, the posters, the feel-good posters, and the question life posters, and the cat hanging on by a rope, right? All those, So I decided I would take some pictures, which you're not supposed to do, but I took them anyway. I asked for forgiveness later, but I took the pictures, and I thought, I'm going to go through a series of these little affirmations that I just saw that I thought, you know what? They apply to here because they help build your tomorrow. These are things that will help you build your tomorrow, so when you read them and I teach through them, just know that that's what they're about. If you see anything to criticize in any individual on this earth, go home and destroy what you see in yourself, and then go and look at them, and you won't see it anymore. Isn't that true? It is so true because I get so angry at other people, and then those other people, or no, my husband will tell me, well, why are you mad at them? You're just like them. And I'm like, those are fighting words. Those are fighting words, but okay, I hear you. I'll go take a look. I'll go take a look in the mirror, and usually the man in the mirror is the reflection of the things that I don't like, that I'm criticizing the other person. So go and destroy them in myself. I'll have a new look at them. And if I can't get rid of it myself, how am I expecting them to get rid of it? Because you know what my excuse will be? Well, I've always been like that. How am I going to change 55 years of behavior? Well, I just don't think I can do it. But I'm expecting someone else to do it? That's not going to happen. Look in the mirror first. Before you start criticizing other people, look in the mirror first and see if it's not something that you can't even change about yourself. Inhale the future, exhale the past. Take a deep breath in, and now exhale the past. Because you know what? After you exhale, you're exhaling the stuff that your body no longer needs, kind of like a spiritual practice. So when you inhale the future, you're inhaling the potential of whatever's going into your body to function the way your body needs to function. Oh, honey, you know what? You don't have to sign. There's nobody there. You go home. Go home. Yeah, let her off early. Let's hear it for Lisa and all the work she does. Because bless her heart, just trying to keep up with me has got to be hard, all right? But let's make breathing a spiritual practice. Breathing is automatic. We don't think about it. We just do it. In, out, in, out, in, out. We don't even think about it. It's something we just don't think about. What if we actually called our attention whenever we're feeling stressed out to the inhale and the exhale? Inhaling the future, exhaling the situation. Inhaling whatever is next, exhaling the thing that you no longer need. What if we made that a spiritual practice? What if we became aware of our breath during these times so that we could inhale in and then exhale out? Does that make sense? Inhale the future, exhale the past. Because it's what you're doing, in essence, with your body. You're releasing the stuff it no longer needs, the stuff that's already been used up, the past, right? And can you see it? No. And actually, can you see the future coming in? No. Why? Because that's faith. You have faith that the stuff you're breathing in is keeping you going, right? So it's all faith-based. Breathing is a faith-based activity. We call it automatic, but it's really a faith-based activity based on stuff we don't visibly see. If you don't build your own dreams, someone will hire you to build theirs. And then what happens to yours? It gets put on the shelf because you're too busy building theirs. Yeah, you forget, you let it go. So remember that your priorities are priorities too, and building your dream is really important. Really important. What is your dream? And now some of you will go, my dream is just to get up, to get through the day, to get through the week. I would invite you to expand that idea a lot. Because if you're still breathing, you still have all sorts of time to change things. And you can change your world and another's one heart at a time. You can't, this is good, you also can't build a long-term future on short-term thinking. I saw that and I'm thinking, how many times do I go into my life and do just damage control? But I don't change the cause that created the damage. And then I wonder why it surfaces again. And why I'm doing short-term damage control on it again. And the pin drops. The long-term resolution to anything is a change in your mindset / consciousness / I'm going to introduce the new word that I did a couple years ago, your thoughtmosphere. Right? My thoughtmosphere. Because when I change my thoughtmosphere and I put myself in places where people are alive and exciting and there's energy and there's this exhilaration, when I change my thoughtmosphere, my whole attitude changes. You know, if we are what we eat, then we are who we hang out with as well, because our body consumes energy that way. So you have to ask yourself, what am I surrounding myself with? What is the mindset or consciousness or thoughtmosphere of the people that I'm with? And think about it. If everyone projects a thoughtmosphere, how many people would you actually want to jump into their thoughtmosphere and hang out for a while? Make sure you want to hang out in their thoughtmosphere. Does that make sense? Yeah. I got to do a whole talk on thoughtmosphere. Successful and happy people build each other up. They motivate, inspire, and push each other. Unsuccessful and unhappy people just hate, complain, criticize, or hate, blame, criticize, and complain. You can tell which one you are by what you're doing. You can tell who's who by what they're doing. Ouch. Ouch. I tell you what, this spiritual stuff is tough. You know, the words are easy. The words are really easy, and you go, well, that makes perfect sense. And I have no idea how I'm going to execute that. Right? Makes perfect sense, but we struggle with its application. That's why we actually have to come back every Sunday or go to class. Because there's a process of being reminded, because we tend to forget pretty quick as soon as we walk out the door. Yeah? So this is about applying it. Successful and happy people, they build each other up. Are you hanging around people whose sole intent is to tear themselves or anyone or any institution down? Think of that. Think on that for a minute. If people are always talking about everything else as a part of their problem, what are they missing? Themselves. Ooh. That make sense? One of the biggest challenges we have is to trust that everything is happening for a reason, even when you're not wise or patient enough to see it. Oh, another one. That was a good poster store, wasn't it? That was a really good poster store. You should have seen some of the other things. They weren't suitable to put up here, but I mean, it was Vegas. One of our biggest challenges is to trust when we don't have the wisdom or patience, when all we're hanging on to is fear, which is all that, everything is a derivative of love or fear. So when we are in a state of anything but love, and we're feeling a downside energy, it's fear-based. So whatever we are fearing, we're forgetting to put the patience and wisdom and trust in it. Does that make sense? So patience and wisdom at times of crises will go very far. Again, the logical and sequential order unfolding the way the universe needs to unfold it, not the way Joe is expecting it to unfold. Because the universe, I would love it to be on my timeline. Has anyone ever built a house on time? No, just kidding. My contractors are going to get pissed. But no, always allow for that. It takes logical and sequential order to do things. All right? Together, please. Today, I consciously and powerfully let go of the past and create my life from love. I am prepared to receive the best life has to offer. The three great enemies of mankind are war, disease, and poverty, and we believe that these three great enemies must finally be overcome as divine wisdom and infinite intelligence find a more complete outlet through the minds of humanity. And I bring that up because this is a direct quote from Dr. Holmes. One of my favorite quotes. Imagine, and I brought this up in my self-mastery class on Monday, imagine a world, if you could, where everyone, and I do mean everyone, around the world, in every country, in every community, in every parcel of land, every person who resides on this planet Earth, imagine what would happen if they had safe water, safe food, shelter, and clothing. Imagine. Now, we have seen what happens, how energy changes our Earth. 9/11, within the impact of 9/11, remember how there was just an energy that permeated the whole world. Remember, it was a shocking energy, and it was a low vibration frequency, right? Do you agree? Yes. Let me know you're awake. Back row. You're not. Okay, good. That's all I need. Just imagine, that low vibration frequency still exists all over the world because people don't even have enough, they're struggling to survive every day. Not just the world, right here in our own communities, we have people struggling for the basic needs that we can meet, right? Imagine a whole world, how that energy of the earth would shift, and how we could start loving each other even more and creating even better if we could just meet the basic necessities for people of safe food, safe water, clothing, and shelter. Basic needs, basic human needs. Imagine how that energy could shift and what would happen once that shift occurred. What would be our next thing? And that's not taking away anything from anybody to make it happen. It's using the resources which are already infinite in supply, already ready to be used, but we just haven't designed the way to get there yet. Because every need has already, if you don't believe that, then you don't believe that every need has already been met in the mind of God. I challenge you. If you can't wrap your arms around that, then I will challenge you to wrap around your belief that God knows the answer to all things. I will challenge you to say that. Because if you say one, you have to believe the other. They have to be married to one another. You can't say one is too big for the universe to handle. We just haven't figured it out yet. Much like, I'm sure years ago, people were dying of diseases that we hadn't figured out the cure for back then, but we have them now. But back then, our mindset was, it's not available. We don't know how it's going to happen. Well, we may not know this, but I have to have faith that we can be a part of that, and I'm not sure how to do that. But when it's ready, it will make itself known, and we have to be a part of that stepstone, because imagine a world that works for that works toward that doesn't have to take away anything from anybody else, but it can work toward that. Does that make sense? Yes. Together, please. I am prepared to receive the best life has to offer. That one sentence Are you prepared to receive the best? When it comes to your health, what are you prepared to receive, or what are you settling for? Right? What have you settled for? Because have you already given the disclaimer, well, I'd like to be in perfect health, but I've got this and this and this and this, so that's not going to happen. Right? What are you prepared to receive? When it comes to your relationships, what are you prepared to receive? If the door isn't open, how do you expect anything else to come in? If the door to your good is closed because you can't even imagine it, how do you expect the universe to put anything against the closed door? It can't go in. You've locked it out. So it's not up to me, it's not up to your husband, your wife, your friends, your partner, your family. It's not up to anybody to do that, make that decision, but you have to make that decision how you're going to open that door. Because once you open the door, the universe will respond. And what did we say? It will respond to the level of our belief, and it will have the logical and sequential order of unfolding, and that this universal law is responsible and reliable, and it never changes and never will change, that we've been using it our whole life, and we will continue to use it our entire life. Does that make sense? Time decides who you meet in life. Your heart decides who you want in your life. And your behavior decides who stays in your life. God. Really? 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 That's your finale? That's the big hit for the way home? But think about it. Is that true? Time decides who you meet in life. Your heart decides who you want. But it's how you behave and your patterns that determines who stays. You're creating it as we speak. Your tomorrow is being created in this moment. Your relationships are being created in your mind in this moment. Your health, your financial security, your creativity, your spiritual awareness is all being born in this moment. Not the past, not in an hour. That's why Derek was singing that song. The guy was singing the song, I'll do this tomorrow. And the universe is saying, no, now. It's not about tomorrow, it's about now. So your now is now. And it's determining your next. You have a clean slate. The only person who puts things on your slate of history is you. You determine by residual what you're going to carry forward if you want to carry forward anything at all. Together, please. Today, I consciously and powerfully let go of the past and create my life from love. I am prepared to receive the best life has to offer. And so end your lesson. Thank you.
So we're all ready to, am I on? I don't think there's no sound. There I am. Oh. So we're all ready to live in the now, right? And just go forward in happiness, joy, health, and wellness. Good. Well, this is the offertory part of our service, and I call it the gratitude part because this is where we just get to give from the heart for all this wonderful spiritual nourishment that we have received. And, you guys, your love offerings, they allow our center to thrive and to be here every single Sunday to have classes, so we're most appreciative for all you are able to give to us. So thank you very much. You can text your tithe. Oops, there it went. Okay. So we've got the ushers in their places, so let's go ahead and say our prayer together. Here we go. I offer this gift with love, joy, and gratitude. I receive freely and give freely, knowing the law of circulation is working perfectly in my life and the life of this center.
All right, everybody, let's go. You know the song. All right. right, here we go. Let's sing it together. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. I can't hear you. Come on, let's go. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. One more time through. Let's go. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Okay, we got this part. It's up to me to be grateful. It's up to me to be kind. It's up to me to be grateful. It's up to me. It's up to me. All right, everybody on your feet. Come on, let's go. Sing it with me. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Sing it out, sing it out. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Keep it going, everybody, let's go. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life. Every day I wake up and I say, today I love my life.
Oh, you guys sound so good. Did I lose my sound again? Hello, there we go. Okay, Carol, I would like to introduce you to the congregation. Congregation, this is Carol, and she is one of our members, and she is here to help us to bless our offertory today, so we're glad to have you up here with us. So let's say our prayer together. Here we go. We bless this collective offering and receive it with gratitude, knowing it is spirit in action. As this currency flows through our center and beyond, it blesses many lives, including my own. Thank you. You can go back to where, yeah. Okay. Now I would like to invite anybody who is attending our center for the very first time to please stand up because we would like to give you a gift. Don't be shy. There you go. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people. Right on. We're very grateful you chose to be here today, or if somebody dragged you here, we're glad you're here. You've been given a gift of a CD case that has some information about our center, and if you stop at the lobby desk, they'll give you a CD of one of Dr. Joe's talks so that you can listen to us. And we would love for you to join our spiritual community. If you're just visiting, you can still be a part of our community by live streaming, so we'd love to have you participate with us. Following services today, if you need a prayer, we've got practitioners over in our own room, which is just across the way, and they will pray for you for whatever you would like prayer for, whether you're walking through a challenge or if you've got something really cool that's starting to rise up in your life, you want to make sure it fully and completely expresses, they will pray for you for that as well. So please feel free to go visit them if you need a prayer. And also, you've got our calendar for the week. You know that Reverend Laura's classes are on hiatus for a couple weeks until she returns, so you know that. And we've got a variety of other things going on that we would love for you to come join us in, because spiritual community is just so revitalizing and wonderful for us to be in all week long, not just Sundays. I think that's it for that stuff. I want to let you know that the Rainbow Alliance has an event today. They're going to be doing, I think, a covered wagon ride and a dinner up Thousand Palms. Yes, okay, so if you're interested, they still do have some tickets left. So if you do want to be a part of that, it's going to be quite fun. They put on a great event. They are over in the Breezeway area, or are you out in the front? Okay, they're in the Breezeway area. Go ahead and stop by there if you're interested in joining them. It's tonight. I think they start at 5:30. And okay, so what's left is gratitude, right? I am so grateful for all of you that came here today to be a part of this wonderful spiritual experience and to just feel the love and be the love and do good things out there in the world. I want to thank the band and Jerry Lynn and everybody that brings such sweet music to our souls. I'm grateful for the practitioners and the ministers who bless all of us all week long through their constant prayers. I'm grateful for the office staff, for Elizabeth and William back there, and Julie and Steve, who keep this place plugging along, and you don't even know what they're doing, and they're doing a lot. And so, yeah, it's good stuff. And of course, I'm always grateful for Dr. Joe for all he does for us, because he is a dynamic, spiritually enlightened person who is very human at the same time and teaches us so well, doesn't he? Always. Wherever you are, he's out there. All right. I think it's time to pray. So I invite you to close your eyes and join me in consciousness and just feel the love. Feel the love that is permeating all of us right now as we just stand in a place of being open and receptive to our good, knowing that we were born to be happy and free. And so we let go of the past with power, with conviction, with love in our hearts, knowing that all experiences created this moment. And so we can let go of the past and rise up in what is before us to do, knowing that when we come from love and peace and joy and wisdom, good manifests. And so I know that as we welcome this new week before us, we are free and clear. We are aware of how our thoughts create our future, and so we choose wisely what we are thinking and what we are believing, and open ourselves up to that one power and presence that creates in, as, and through us, and come from love. And so I know that we are all so blessed this next week as we just see how Spirit is in action within us, in our lives, and in the world as we just celebrate this life that God has given us to live. And so knowing that all is unfolding through divine right action and order, and all is well, I release my word to that perfect law of mind, knowing that it is done. And so please join me as we affirm together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next Sunday.
Join hands, join the love train, people all over the